Now, from Kansas City's breaking news leader, this is 41 Action News.
Coming up this half hour, how some Kansas school districts might be able to hire unlicensed teachers.
After a string of break-ins this year, how one Kansas City neighborhood is taking their safety into their own hands.
And why thousands of your tax dollars may go to settle a alleged choking incident involving an ex-councilman.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lindsay Shively.
And I'm Patrick Fazio. Welcome to 41 Action News today on this Thursday, and have some breaking news to get to for you.
Yeah, this happened overnight. Police found a child in Kansas City and are trying to locate his parents. They found him in an apartment complex there near Northeast Vivian Road and Highland Avenue. The boy is now with Clay County Family Services. He was wearing a red and yellow Chiefs sweater with blue jeans and white socks. Call 911 if you know who he is. You can also share this picture you see right here on our Facebook page.
And more breaking news for you. Mizzou and Columbia police shot and killed an armed robbery suspect around 11 last night in the Hitt Street parking garage. Both departments were searching for Mark Adair in that area for attempting to rob a woman outside a supermarket earlier yesterday evening. One MUPD officer was hurt and is now in the hospital. A reporter from KOMU says he witnessed more than a dozen police cars on the scene and one ambulance. Now, the Missouri State Highway Patrol is investigating the incident.
And finally, a house fire erupted at a home on Tracy Avenue late last night. Fire crews got the flames under control just after 12:30 this morning. From pictures and video, it looks like the front half of the house took the most heat, and there were no signs of people inside. We'll have more details on that fire coming up in the next half hour.
All right, it is 4:30. Let's go over our weather headlines for today. Do we need the rain gear? Oh, we'll be talking about whether we need that for today or not. We also have more rain for the weekend, which will impact a lot of weekend plans. So you're going to have to pay attention to that forecast. Plus, when will it dry up and we get a break from this daily chance rain? Even though we do need the rainfall, so it is good news, but it's kind of a gloomy, misty, rainy like it was yesterday. So here's what we're dealing with right now on satellite radar. I have it slid over so you can see central Kansas for a reason, because if you look here, there is a line of showers developing well out to our west. Now, we are going to continue to watch out to the west as we go through the day today. Most of us are going to stay dry all day, so you don't need to grab the rain gear as you head out the door. The spots that need to watch out for the chance for rain are going to be from Topeka over to Manhattan and farther to the west. That is going to be where we're watching for an isolated thunderstorm later on this afternoon, later on this evening. Otherwise, it's going to be a dry day. It's going to be a calm day. 50 degrees out there right now with a east-southeast wind at about 5 miles per hour. We're going to look at the hour-by-hour forecast because we're going to stay dry. What does that mean for our temperatures? We'll go over that coming up.
All right, Kaylee, thank you. In a matter of hours, $250 million of your money could go to settle choking allegations against an ex-councilman.
That's right. Yesterday, a Kansas City Council committee approved the settlement of Tanya Titus. Last year, she accused then-Councilman Michael Brooks of choking her inside City Hall. While prosecutors did not file charges, city attorneys believe a jury could be sympathetic to Titus and recommends the city settle. But one councilman didn't vote to approve it.
And I understand the city attorney's position that the settlement of this case is probably the least expensive way to go. Nevertheless, you have to stop and say, should the city really be spending over $200,000 on the case, given the facts?
And the full council will vote on it today. Another vote today will determine whether some Kansas school districts can hire unlicensed teachers.
We sent 41 Action News reporter Josh Helmuth to talk to members of the Blue Valley School District and hear their thoughts on the idea. The parents he spoke with were very much for it, saying the concept is largely just misunderstood. He has the story.
And then go ahead and fill it up to the line.
Innovative is a recognition Blue Valley School District was proud to receive 2 years ago from the state of Kansas. Last year, the school district became one of just 6 districts in the state with the freedom to hire unlicensed personnel to teach in their classrooms.
We're not going to put anybody in front of our classrooms, and that's not going to be good for kids.
However, those unlicensed individuals only receive the specialized certificate if they have a degree in science, tech, engineering, or math and have worked in the field of expertise for at least 5 years. Now the schools with the Innovative Coalition want to expand that rule to all subjects.
So in fields such as law and policy and medicine, those types of things, sometimes you can't find the real world kind of applications that we are looking for.
We're going to spend some time answering your questions.
Richard Zach has taught engineering and math at Wyandotte High School for 6 years, starting his career without a traditional teaching license. Even with 2 master's degrees, he had to work hard to get his foot into the door.
It was a pretty rigorous application process. There's several interviews, and we did a practice class and some other things.
KCK is another innovative school district that hopes this new measure will pass.
When we talk about career preparation, it's really important to have people who actually have had that experience.
But some with the teachers union are skeptical.
How do we ensure that these people meet standards and can actually convey that content in meaningful ways to students?
Josh Helmuth, 41 Action News.
The Kansas State Board of Education votes on this measure today. Stick with us. We'll let you know what happens.
Today, a controversial bill in Kansas restricting how poor families can spend state aid will be signed into law. The measure only allows families to take out $25 a day from their benefit cards, and it bans them from using the money for tobacco, alcohol, or at casinos, nail salons, and tattoo parlors. It'll take effect July 1st. And a similar measure in Missouri would prevent the use of food stamps on items like seafood, steak, cookies, chips, and even energy drinks. Lawmakers have not yet voted on that bill.
Feeling unsafe inside their own homes after a string of break-ins, one Kansas City neighborhood is taking matters into their own hands.
Yeah, around the Scarrett Renaissance neighborhood, there have been 8 burglaries in the past 3 months. Now, police say the intruders are getting in through open windows. And one way to protect yourself is to make sure your house is well lit, because 90% of crimes happen in the dark. So neighbors are taking preventative action.
I see you've got accent lighting on the backside, so it looks like it's probably well lit in the evening.
Police are using surveillance footage from some of the homes to help track down the suspects. Police say if you are in your home and you hear an intruder, do not immediately call 911. First, find anything you can use as a weapon, get to a safe spot, and then call police.
That's scary. New details reveal how a Facebook post triggered the investigation into the Overland Park woman accused of stealing thousands in merchandise. According to court documents, Kelly Jo Bauer advertised high-end clothing on the social site. Detectives say those items still had their original sales tags on them. Officers then followed Bauer and say they watched her steal items from several stores. Detectives hope to finish inventorying the merchandise tomorrow. A Kansas City chief will now spend the next 2 years on probation for drunk driving. Cornerback Sean Smith received that sentence after pleading guilty. Police arrested him last summer. According to NFL policy, Smith faces a 2-game suspension. Coming up, why prosecutors want parents to talk to their kids if they've taken music lessons from a particular Johnson County music teacher.
Plus, a nearby school just got a $2 million vote of confidence. Coming up, the strings attached to that money.
And mainly dry today and for most of the day tomorrow. When do we have our next chance for widespread rain? We'll talk about that right after this.
Guess who's coming to Sprint Center? Billy Joel, expecting his first baby with his current girlfriend.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back here on 41 Action News Today.
Demanding higher wages. Yesterday, demonstrators held 4 protests pushing for a higher minimum wage. The people protesting included fast food workers, retail employees, even college professors. They all want one thing: $15 per hour. Protesters we talked with say they struggle to support their families on the current minimum wage of $7.65 an hour. Many companies say they can't make a profit if they pay employees $15 per hour. Well, these protests come as some city leaders push to raise the minimum wage in Kansas City to $15 an hour. While many support it, Missouri state law prevents cities from setting their own minimum wages. And today you can voice your opinion on the minimum wage debate. The North Independence branch of the Public Library is hosting a forum on wages that starts at 7 o'clock tonight.
Well, a Kansas City charter school got a $2 million vote of confidence. The Stowers Foundation is offering Academy Lafayette money if it can reach a deal with Kansas City Public Schools. Talks recently broke down between the two to take over Southwest Early College campus to create a new high school there. KCPS says talks will not resume until the master plan is completed. Well, parents are dealing with internet safety issues after Joplin students apparently shared nude pictures. Police say the high school students shared those photos through an online storage system known as Dropbox. Reports say some of those pictures could be of students, but officers say those pictures were never shared publicly. Someone needed a link to see them. We have an update now for you on the Johnson County music teacher accused of fondling two students. Now prosecutors are concerned there could be more victims. Investigators say Sean Dow inappropriately touched two students, both under 14 years old. He worked at Funky Monkey Music in Shawnee. Prosecutors say parents of Dow's students should ask their kids about any suspicious behavior. Well, coming up, a mother is accused of playing naked Twister with her teenager and their friends. And that's only the start of her alleged illegal actions.
And what issue prompted a man to land his helicopter on the nation's Capitol lawn? I'll be right back. We continue to monitor breaking news this morning.
Police found a child in Kansas City, and they're trying to locate his parents. This is his picture. Take a look here. 41 Action News reporter Andres Gutierrez is live near Northeast Vivian Road and Highland Avenue and has more on the search. Andres?
Hey there, Patrick. Right now I'm at the Knollwood Apartments off of Northeast Vivian Road. Someone at this building found the child wandering on the grounds here around 12:30 this morning. Police right now looking for the child's parents or guardian. Let's go ahead and show you a photograph of that child. Police say that they believe that he is between 3 to 4 years old. He is 3 feet 5 inches tall, weighs 45 pounds, has brown hair, brown eyes, and he was last seen, or they took him into custody wearing a red, yellow chief sweater, blue jeans, and white socks. Police say the boy right now is in custody, protective custody, with the Clay County Family Services. Anyone recognizing the child is asked to go ahead and call Kansas City Police. Reporting live, Andres Gutierrez, 41 Action News.
Now, with Kansas City's most accurate forecast, here's meteorologist Kaylee Dion.
Good morning. Happy Thursday, or we could call it Friday Eve to make it sound better. You're almost to the weekend already. Here's a look at our temperatures as you get ready and you get started. 55 degrees in Richmond, 57 in Chillicothe, 58 in Bethany, 55 degrees downtown. Topeka sitting at about 54 degrees. And we're taking a live look at the downtown skyline from our One Park Place luxury condominium Skyview. It is a calm start to the day. We do have clouds out there, but it'll be a mix of sun and clouds as we go through the day today. So looking at our satellite, you can see we do have these thin clouds out there, but otherwise it's dry. I want to widen it out for you so you can see where we are seeing some showers and thunderstorms, and that is going to stay off to the west of us. So the majority of the day, the bulk of the day today, is going to be dry. Now as we go into the late afternoon and evening, this area that I've circled right here, it includes really just to the west of Lawrence, from Topeka to Manhattan, Hiawatha down to Emporia. Those spots we'll be watching for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm later on tonight. Otherwise, the rest of our viewing area is going to really stay dry today. And you can see it here on our HRRR Powercast going in the morning. Extreme northeast Kansas may have an isolated small shower that moves through quickly and then moves out. But for the most part, we will be dry for the day today. Going into the late afternoon, we'll even see some sunshine. So a mix of sun and clouds, which will be really nice. And with our east-southeast winds plus that sun, we're going to warm up quite a bit as we go into the afternoon. What about tomorrow? Tomorrow is turning out to be an overall dry day as well. Look at this, 8:30 in the morning, a dry commute. We're watching what is going to be a closed-off low, which is somewhat of a headache for us meteorologists, and it's going to continue to move in our direction, and we're going to watch most of the showers and thunderstorms stay off to the west. Now going into the evening hours on Friday, 5 o'clock, you can see there are pockets of isolated showers that may pop up around the area. It's going to be hard to pinpoint where those do pop up, but we could see them throughout late afternoon and into the evening hours. But it's looking more like Saturday is going to be our day, where all of the stuff out to the west finally moves in here. Showers and thunderstorms heavy rainfall in some spots. And if we look here at the projected amounts of precipitation through Sunday evening, they really go up Saturday afternoon through Sunday evening. And you can see here anywhere from, this is just a model output, so a forecast of anywhere from an inch to 2 inches and local heavier amounts before it's all said and done Sunday night, because then we dry up Monday. So Thursday and Friday, for the most part, it's going to be dry. Again, we pinpointed the Topeka area off to the west. Today, later on tonight, for a chance for an isolated storm. And then, of course, going into Friday, mainly going to be very pop-up showers in the late afternoon. So turning out to be not too bad for Thursday and Friday. Look at those temperatures, 74 degrees this afternoon, 76 degrees on Friday. And then as we go into Saturday and Sunday, those percentages for rain go up. And it really does look, unfortunately, for Saturday, that Saturday into Saturday evening and then into Sunday is going to be our rainiest time. So it looks like the Royals game on Friday night could be okay.
Okay.
Maybe just bring the poncho for one of those pop-up showers. Not going to delay the game, not going to cause any.
Because we need to get them back on a winning streak.
I know.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, I'm working. I'm trying to push. You see the rain keeps pushing back.
Giving him a break.
I'm giving him the stiff arm. That's football, but that's fine.
That's fine. Same difference. Scores, points. Thank you, Kaylee.
Runs.
Okay, a Georgia mom, listen to this, now accused of playing naked Twister with her daughter's teenage friends. Officers say Rachel Lenhart also had sex with 2 of those teens, allowed them to smoke marijuana and drink alcohol at the party. The sheriff's office says they learned about the incident through Lenhart's Alcoholics Anonymous sponsor. Investigators say the woman has lost custody of her 5 children and charges will come soon. The world's highest paid supermodel walked her final runway last night, and she's retiring from the catwalk after almost a decade in the fashion spotlight. Gisele Bündchen stepped out on the runway for the last time last night in a juxtaposition of fine white lace and leather gladiator boots as part of Cold-Cheese Spring-Summer 2016 collection. In the audience, Bündchen's husband, New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, with whom she has 2 kids. Bündchen says she plans to focus her time on her family and work alongside print campaigns.
Well, how would you like to retire to the tropics? That's what 2 Russian polar bears are doing, living it up. Peregrino and Aurora are the first of their species living in the Sao Paulo Zoo in Brazil. And clearly the 2 seem to be enjoying their refrigerated enclosure and chilled pool as you see them swimming around. The pair were flown to Sao Paulo in December and went through a 4-month-long adaptation phase before being presented to the media. The polar bears are being researched as part of a breeding program and have already mated.
Oh.
Right. And another cute face for you. Well, it just happens to be Lindsay's here also. Did you write that in the script?
You know. Look at these baby lion cubs. How cute are they? 2 of them made their debut to the public in a zoo east of Tokyo yesterday. They've gained quite a fan base since being born last month. The lions, 1 female and 1 male, are put on display for daily feeding sessions, and visitors can line up to have their pictures taken with the cubs. However, according to a staff member, visitors will only have another 3 months to hold the baby lions. Oh my goodness. Once the cubs get too big and their teeth get just a bit too sharp, they're introduced back into the pride of lions that live in the park.
All right, now to an update on groping allegations against TSA agents at Denver's airport. More than 2 people have now come forward accusing agents at the airport. And according to a police report, a male and female agent worked together to manipulate security lines, allowing the male agent to grope male passengers he thought were attractive. The TSA fired both agents.
Hackers might be able to take control of passenger planes. How scary is that? That's according to a new report from a government watchdog group. It found the cockpits of newer planes are wired to the same Wi-Fi used by the passengers. Investigators say this could allow hackers to plant a virus in the plane's computer and take control. The report says the FAA needs to quickly find a solution. Wow.
Well, after the break, details on a nearby General Motors plant fire that caused more than $500,000 in damages.
In a Kansas hospital that needs your help identifying a patient.
Tell her about it.
4:52. Billy Joel from the Sprint Center this summer.
Give her every reason to accept that you're for real. Tell her about it. Tell her all your crazy dreams.
4:55 and breaking news. Troopers are on the scene of a semi-fire. A major road is closed. You're looking right now at 435 South, north of I-35. This is near Claycomo. The Highway Patrol says there's no crash involved here, but traffic on I-435 South is blocked. You can get off on 35 in Claycomo to get around this. Crews expect 435 to be closed at least another hour. The fire destroyed the truck. It was carrying pork.
Well, a welding mishap caused a fire at the General Motors plant in KCK. The small fire led to about $500,000 in damage to equipment late last night and another $100,000 to the building itself. Apparently, the fire activated the building's sprinkler system, which then fried the electrical system inside the plant.
University of Kansas Hospital needs your help finding relatives or friends of a patient who can no longer speak for himself. Last week, an ambulance brought this man to the hospital. He said his name was Andre Miner and he got sick at an acquaintance's home. He's now on a respirator and too sick to talk. The man didn't have an ID on him but did have several tattoos. If you recognize him, call police.
All right, time now is 4:56, and enrollment is now open for Kansas City Public Schools' 2015 summer experience.
That's what officials are calling the collection of summer school programs. About 7,000 kids took part last year, and the goal is to increase that number. More programs have been added through 8 partner organizations.
We like to think that we're going to keep them active and engaged and keep their minds sharp so that when they start the school year, they're fresh and ready to go forward without hesitation.
There are 45 different locations and kids from in or outside the KCPS boundaries. They're welcome. The program is free and enrollment is open through May 1st.
As we go to break, we want to give you another chance to see the photo of a young child who was found wandering outside a Kansas City apartment complex.
Well, there he is. This little boy is believed to be around 3 or 4 years old. He was found around 3 this morning at an apartment complex on Vivian Road. He's about 3.5 feet tall.
We've posted his picture on our station's Facebook page so you can share it and help police track down his family. If you know anything about this child, you can also call police at 234-5111. Again, that is 234-5111.
We'll be right back.